The silence in the Galactic Council chamber was deafening. Eva Chun stood at the podium, her dark eyes scanning the assembled delegates from 47 species, each one avoiding her gaze. Beside her, Oliver Kane clenched his jaw, his hands resting on the holographic interface that displayed Earth's proposal, now rejected for the third consecutive cycle. "Let me be clear," Eva said, her voice cutting through the tension like a blade. "We came here in good faith. We presented evidence of the Krillak incursions into neutral space. We showed you the ruins of the Tau City colony, 2 million souls, extinguished in a single night. And your response is procedural delay?" Ambassador Thalvin of the Viridian Collective shifted his gelatinous form uncomfortably. "Representative Chun, the Council operates on consensus. We cannot authorize military action based solely on what?" Oliver interjected, stepping forward. "On proof? On testimony from survivors? Or do you need the Krillak to glass one of your homeworlds before you'll acknowledge the threat?" The Viridian's translator buzzed with what might have been indignation. "Young human, you do not understand the delicate balance we maintain. The Krillak Empire has signed the Pax Galactica. If we act without absolute certainty, we risk destabilizing centuries of diplomatic progress." Ava's laugh was bitter. "Diplomatic progress? Is that what you call it when raiders butcher civilians and you hide behind bureaucracy?" She looked around the chamber, meeting each delegate's eyes in turn. "My species waited 200 years to join this council. We believed in the ideals you espoused: unity, justice, protection of all sentient life. We were wrong." She reached down and detached the crystalline badge from her uniform, the symbol of Earth's membership in the Galactic Council. The action sent a ripple of shocked murmurs through the assembly. Oliver did the same, the soft clink of the badges hitting the podium echoing in the vast chamber. "Humanity withdraws from the Galactic Council, effective immediately," Eva declared. "We will no longer seek permission to defend ourselves or our allies. We will no longer wait for committees to debate while our people die." Supreme Arbiter Kellinas, a towering insectoid who had presided over the council for 3 centuries, rose from his throne. "Representative Chun, you cannot simply. This is unprecedented. The protocols. Your protocols are chains," Oliver said quietly, "and we're done wearing them." As Eva and Oliver turned to leave, Ambassador Thalvin's voice called out, tinged with something that might have been concern or perhaps condescension. "You cannot win alone, humans. The Krillak Empire spans 200 systems. Your entire species controls barely 20. This is suicide." Eva paused at the chamber doors, looking back over her shoulder. "Ambassador, you've studied our history, haven't you? You know what humans do when we're cornered, when we're told something is impossible, when we're forced to stand alone." The Viridian said nothing. "We win," Oliver finished simply. The doors sealed behind them with a pneumatic hiss that felt like the closing of an era. 3 months later, the galaxy learned what human resolve truly meant. The Krillak had laughed when Earth's fleet, a mere 300 vessels, appeared at the edge of the contested Helios expanse. Their armada of 2,000 warships dwarfed the human flotilla. Warlord Krakthur himself broadcast his amusement across all frequencies. "Pitiful mammals," his translator rendered. "You leave the Council's protection to die with honor? We shall grant you that wish." Eva, now Admiral Chun, stood on the bridge of the ESS Indomitable. Around her, holographic displays showed the tactical situation. Beside her, Commander Kane coordinated the fleet's movements with cold precision. "All ships," Eva transmitted. "Remember Tau Ceti. Remember why we're here. Engage Protocol Reaper." What? The Krillak didn't know what the Council had dismissed as theoretically impossible was that humanity had spent those 200 years before joining galactic society doing what humans do best: finding creative ways to kill each other. Wars that had nearly destroyed their homeworld had also forged innovations that terrified. Peaceful species. The human ships didn't try to match the Krillek's firepower. Instead, they scattered like seeds on the wind, each vessel deploying thousands of autonomous combat drones, technology the Council had banned as unnecessarily aggressive. These drones didn't have shields or heavy weapons. They had one purpose. Velocity. Oliver watched the tactical display as the drones accelerated to relativistic speeds. Kinetic bombardment away. Impact in 30 seconds. When chunks of matter traveling at 90% light speed struck the Krillak formation, they didn't just damage ships, they erased them. Physics became a weapon more devastating than any particle beam or plasma cannon. 200 Krillak vessels simply ceased to exist in the first volley. The battle that followed wasn't a fight. It was a demonstration. Humanity had learned warfare not from the sterile, rule-bound conflicts of the galactic community, but from millennia of unrestricted brutality. They used tactics the Council called barbaric, false flag operations, psychological warfare, targeting supply lines, and attacking without warning or declaration. Within 6 weeks, the Krillak Empire sued for peace. Within 3 months, they had withdrawn from every disputed system and paid reparations that would rebuild Tau Ceti 10 times over. The message Ava sent to the Galactic Council was brief. The Krillak threat has been neutralized. The war is over. Humanity fought alone, as you insisted we must. We have proven that we do not need your permission to survive. However, we extend an offer. Earth will serve as protector for any species who cannot or will not defend themselves. No committees. No debates. No delays. Just action. The choice is yours. Oliver stood beside her as they watched the responses flood in 43 species requesting Earth's protection within the first hour. They're afraid of us now, he observed. Eva nodded slowly. Good. Fear keeps you alert. Complacency is what nearly destroyed us. She turned from the viewport, her expression softening slightly. But we'll prove to them that strength doesn't have to mean tyranny. We'll be better than the Council, better than the Krillak. And if we're not, then we deserve whatever comes next. When humanity left the Council chamber that day, the galaxy had indeed known that peace was over, the fragile, false peace of inaction and denial. But in its place, something new had emerged. A peace enforced not by endless deliberation, but by the promise that those who preyed on the innocent would face the full, terrible might of a species that had climbed from caves to stars by refusing to surrender. The age of humanity had begun.